Sir, you are under arrest. For what? For being somewhere you don't belong. The man did not flinch. He did not raise his voice. He simply looked at the officer and said, "You have no idea what you just did." It was 7:47 a.m. at Meridian International Airport. The terminal smelled like fresh coffee and jet fuel. Morning light cut through the glass walls in long pale strips. Travelers moved in quiet streams. Rolling luggage, earphones in, eyes forward. At gate 14, near a row of charging stations, sat a man alone. Mid-40s. Gray jacket, plain white shirt, no tie. A single carry-on bag beside him, neatly placed. No laptop open. No phone in hand. Just sitting. Still. Watching the runway. His name was James Calloway. To anyone passing by, he looked like an accountant waiting for a delayed flight. Unremarkable. Forgettable. Exactly the way he preferred it. He had been in this terminal dozens of times. Always gate 14. Always the same corner seat. Always quiet. That morning, someone noticed him. Officer Travis Benton had worked airport security for 9 years. He was good at reading people, or at least he believed he was. He trusted his instincts more than procedure. More than checklists. More than common sense. When a gate attendant mentioned, vaguely offhandedly, that a man near gate 14 seemed out of place, Benton didn't ask for details. He didn't need them. He walked over already decided. "Sir." James looked up slowly. "Can I help you? I need to see your boarding pass and ID." James reached into his jacket pocket, calm, unhurried, and held out his boarding pass. Benton glanced at it for less than 2 seconds. "And your ID?" "My boarding pass confirms my identity at check-in," James said evenly. "Is there a specific concern?" Benton's jaw tightened. "Sir, I'm not going to ask again." People nearby slowed. Not stopping, just slowing. The way people do when the air changes. James placed his ID flat on the armrest. Benton picked it up. Looked at it. Looked at James. Looked back. "Where are you traveling to?" "That information is on the boarding pass you're holding." Silence. Benton stepped closer. "Stand up, please." "Am I being detained?" "Stand up." James stood. Slowly. Hands visible. Every movement deliberate. "I'd like to speak to your supervisor," he said. "You're speaking to security." That's enough. It wasn't enough. And somewhere deep in Benton's chest, he already knew that. 2 more officers arrived within minutes. Standard formation. 1 near the exit. 1 behind James. A triangle of containment dressed as procedure. Travelers stopped pretending not to watch. Phones appeared. Not obvious, just present. Ready. "Sir, please come with us." "Where?" "Secondary screening." "On what grounds?" Benton leaned in slightly. "On the grounds that I said so." James looked at him for a long moment. "That is not a legal basis for detention. Move. Now." They walked him through a side corridor. Gray walls. Fluorescent light. The sound of the terminal fading behind a heavy door. Inside the room. Small table, 2 chairs, camera in the corner with a blinking red light. James sat, placed his hands flat on the table, looked at the clock on the wall. 7:58 a.m. Outside the door, he could hear Benton's voice. Confident, certain, already building the report in his head. Suspicious individual. Non-compliant. Required secondary screening. James closed his eyes for exactly 3 seconds, then opened them, and waited. At 8:04 a.m., the door opened. Not Benton. Not the supervisor. A woman in a dark suit. No uniform. No badge visible. Just posture. The kind of posture that fills a room before a word is spoken. She looked at James. Then at the officers standing against the wall. "Who authorized this detention?" Benton stepped forward. "I did." Suspicious behavior. Non-compliance with. "Did you verify his credentials?" "He didn't present any." "Did you ask?" Silence. The woman placed a single card on the table. Face up. Toward the officers. Special Agent in Charge, Federal Bureau of Investigation. The air left the room. She turned to James. Agent Calloway, I apologize for the delay. James nodded once. It went further than it should have. She looked back at Benton. Slowly. The way people look at something they're already writing a report about. Officer, your name, badge number, and supervisor. Now. Benton's mouth opened. Nothing came out. Now, she repeated. By 8:11 a.m., airport operations had been notified. By 8:19 a.m., 3 videos from the terminal were already uploading. By 8:34 a.m., the FBI field office had formally contacted Airport Authority Legal Department. James Calloway had been traveling undercover. Final leg of a 72-hour domestic operation. His cover was clean. His documents were clean. His behavior was clean. The only thing that wasn't clean was the assumption. Benton was placed on administrative leave before his shift ended. The gate attendant who made the vague complaint was interviewed. Her statement lasted 4 minutes. She could not name a single specific behavior. Not one. The internal review took 11 days. The findings were not complicated. No violation. No threat. No basis. Just a feeling dressed up as procedure. Officer Benton did not return to duty. James Calloway gave no interviews. He filed his incident report. Precise, time-stamped, factual, and returned to work the following Monday. But before he left that room, he said one thing to the supervising officer standing in the doorway. The most dangerous assumption in security work is certainty without evidence. Remember that. The officer nodded. James picked up his carry-on, walked back through the corridor, through the terminal, past gate 14, and boarded his flight, quietly, the way he always did. Discomfort is not evidence. Instinct is not law. And some people you underestimate are exactly the people watching to see if you will.